Warning. Nerd mode. Live from the basements of losers, this is the Cantina Cuisine. Welcome back to Cantina Cuisine. We are back for another spoiler-free movie review, and we are here to talk about one of the most, hey, why don't you just chill at
Quiet down, someone's trying to sleep.
Well, I don't care. We are here to talk about one of the most talked about movies of all time right now, currently, as it made about $300 million over the weekend, which is amazing and crazy. We're here to talk about the Minecraft movie starring Jack Black, Jason Momoa, a child who can't act to save his life, a teenage girl who is actually apparently an adult, or it's an adult person actually who looks like a teenage girl but is actually an adult, and then I forget who the other person is, and then we got a piglin as well, who is apparently the witches of the witch. But we're very excited to talk about this one because we have a Minecraft nerd who's also going to go very nerdy here. And also we have myself, who is a movie nerd who might or might not have an opinion about this movie. My name is Patrick, and as a child, I've always yearned for the mines.
My name is Seth, and they love crushing loaves of bread.
This movie is so memeable. I have not really noticed until now.
Quiet down.
Hey, why don't you just
Quiet coyote.
How? I should have made that as my quote. But anyways, I think this movie is pretty quotable. I think it's a lot of fun. The problem is the story is not that great, and I think everyone else is not going to like it because of that.
I said to you before, the movie's not supposed to have an overarching story, because think about it, it's oh, what's the story in Minecraft? Go and beat the Ender Dragon. How do you incorporate that into the real world? You really can't. Whereas, when you look with the Mario movie and what they did, and it's they did an amazing job doing it, and it's yes, it's still the story. They figured out a way for it to, combine together and tell the traditional Mario story of Mario going to save the world from Bowser.
And that's completely fair, but I do think, the fact that they did, kind of a Jumanji ripoff, that kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Whoa. It's not a Jumanji.
Well, think about it. It's you're going into the video game world in live action. That's basically what Minecraft... That's basically what the Minecraft movie is right now.
It's not what it was.
It's... Well, I understand what it was made for, but it's it's similar. You can't deny it.
No. There's no similarity.
There is similarities because you're having normal people going into this video game fantasy world where you get to do whatever you want and you get to be creative, which is what this movie is trying to yearn for with this messaging, with being creative and trying to overcome the obstacles of the real world versus not living in a fantasy world, which I do appreciate, but there's just some things that I don't think that work for this movie well. The story, we could talk about how basic it is and just how there's not really any source material, but I do think that they could have done something other than making another Jumanji movie. Because it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing, but except with Jack Black as the big hero of the story. So
it's not Jumanji. You're just wrong.
I'm not
if
saying
Colin was here, he would agree with me. You're wrong. It would be a 2-on-1, like the first episode when I came on.
Which, by the way, you will not hear this till June, actually. Seth will be appearing in the Clone Wars coming up when we reach that point in, maybe even May. I don't even know when that episode's going to come out. But anyways,
this is basically my first episode.
Basically, yeah, you know what? That's basically it. Welcome here, Seth. We really appreciate you being here.
You do?
I appreciate you being here.
Like I said, it was in that Clone Wars episode, it was me and Colin were just tag teaming Patrick because he had a stupid idea for one of the episodes we were covering, and it was no, it's not at all like that. And so it's Colin is very appreciative that I came on, so we can both tag team him and just make him feel like he's the loneliest person in the world.
Well, sucks to be you because I am. Before you even came on, I was the loneliest person in the world. So you didn't even succeed in that job. But anyways, I just think the story could have been told a little bit better. I think the characters could have been written a little bit better. Some of the jokes I thought were spot on. Like I loved the vice principal and the villager storyline where we get that side quest. Like that was pretty funny. Other than that, there's some jokes that Jack Black did that kind of nailed it. There's some moments where I think the director Jared Hess, who actually did what was that movie called? Oh shoot! I watched it recently.
What was it called?
Scott. No, it's not Scott Pilgrim. It was one of the most famous movies that we. Search up Jared Hess, and I'll see what name it is. But it's Jared Hess. Like
Jared Hess.
Search him up, and then there should be IMDb or whatever. Oh right, you're on Wi-Fi. You're not on Wi-Fi. Let's see. Oh, there we go.
Age 49.
Go for movies. Click the movie tab. Right there.
Wait,
Movie tab right there. Seth, don't like.
the movie's there.
Oh,
Napoleon Dynamite.
yeah, Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, there we go. So Napoleon Dynamite.
It's also not true Libre.
Okay, so Napoleon Dynamite. Napoleon Dynamite is known for its quirky humor and quirky like timing, and I felt like that he executed that perfectly in the Minecraft movie. It wasn't really like fit the theme of it, but I did appreciate what he brought on as a director for the humor that it was, because the humor was quirky and it was like very out of nowhere. And like I said, the villager and the vice principal storyline really funny. I loved like the mid-credit scene where we got that little storyline there kind of wrapped up in a kind of a funny way. But I am thrilled with some of the humor that the movie has brought up. What did you think, Seth? What did you think about the humor overall?
It was fine. It was just I feel like it was like it is there's like the humor, it's geared towards people who understand the the Minecraft like terminology and like what like the different things about Minecraft, because it's like if you have never played Minecraft and just go into it, and it's like you won't understand most of it. You'll just think that it's like, oh, that's weird. Oh, that's actually really weird. And then there's also stuff that's like only older people like myself who did play Minecraft in the earlier versions that could only happen in those times happen.
And I do feel like that makes a little bit. It does make sense, and I think we were even talking about it before we came here. Like critics are gonna hate this movie, and it's not a warranted reason. Like it makes sense why critics would hate it because they're looking at the movie as an actual movie and not as a love story to the Minecraft players. But I do feel like that some of their like criticisms were warranted. But I think this movie is a good like turn your brain off, have some fun, get some laughs in, and enjoy some of the action sequences. Before we even get to some of the acting, I do want to talk about a little bit about the live action people going into this Minecraft world and just the comparisons between them and just this CGI mess. Not a mess for some parts, but it's a little bit interesting to see how everybody how everything like fits in together with the humans and with all the characters and with this Minecraft world where it's so blocky and the CGI is all over the place. It looks a little bit choppy at some points, but I think it fits fine. Like I'm not disappointed in it and like at all. I do feel like that it was warranted, like maybe do like an actual Minecraft like characters and make it all like kind of like not animated, but like make the humans like fit inside the world instead of just doing these live action humans inside this world where they don't really fit at all. What do you think about that, Seth?
I feel like that they actually really fit. And it's like it was like yes, it was like everyone else is like looks block like, but it's like they do look humanoid. It's like like I was talking to Patrick before, and it's like when you first see the iron golem come onto screen, it's like you can hear while it's walking the iron crushing against each other as it moves and whatnot. And it's like I don't agree with you saying that's choppy. It's not at all choppy.
Well, I'm more referring to like the Jack Black like human next characters clashing with the blockies and all that stuff. That's what I'm more referring to. Everything else like looks perfectly fine. Like I just think that they shouldn't have had like the live action humans just in the world, I felt like that they also could have been blockinized and just like not how they are in the movie. Like I felt like that could be something that they could have actually done and actually made the movie look a lot better instead of having these humans in this fantasy world where we've already seen something like this before.
I feel like that's fine to just do it. If it kind of actually is a little more relieving because if you think about it, it's like in most movies, it's like someone goes into the world, it's like they become like the characters or something. It's like or they get represented into that. So it's like if you just see them turn into like block form, it's like oh we already seen this, and so it's like what's the point of that? And it's like I feel like that's actually really nice. It's like they came in human form, not knowing what the heck was happening, and also my one of my favorite scenes from the movie. It doesn't spoil anything, but it's just like when they first enter the world. Jason Momoa's character sees a pink sheep and thinks that it's a quest giver and tries to communicate with it. I think there's like if he was block like it would take away from the movie. But it's like when you see him, it's like come and interact with it. It's like you can very tell it's like they're from two different places. And then also throughout the movie, it was like when everyone else was like the villagers and everything else looked at him, it was like you could see it. It's like they know something's up with these people. They look different, and so they were kind of treated a little differently. And it's like looked upon. It was like what the heck are those? And so it's like I said earlier, I think that it actually made the movie better for it to be. For them to be like looking like actual people.
And that's completely fair from your standpoint, and I think a lot of people are going to probably disagree with you on that aspect.
Well, then you're wrong.
Your opinion doesn't mean that you're valid, Seth. I'll just say
Same
that
with
at least.
yours, Mr. Arrogant little snob.
I'm not saying that your opinion is wrong, and I'm not saying that my opinion is right. I think some people have different preferences, and that's why we're going to get a lot of different opinions. Like, the critics right now are saying that the movie is not the greatest, and the audience is actually loving it. Like, I went to the Friday showing where it was almost pretty much a sellout. Everyone was cheering. When we got the line, I am Steve, the epic I am Steve line, like, everyone cheered. When we got the chicken...
Okay, no spoiling.
No, this was in the trailer. We had the chicken jockey who just appeared.
Was it?
Yeah, it was literally appeared in the trailer. We had the chicken jockey line, and everyone just like said, chicken jockey! And I also saw some online memes where they also repeated those lines. And then there was some cheering with the final battle as well, when we get the battle with the pigs and with the iron golems, which was awesome. Why don't we actually talk about the representation with Minecraft in this movie? Because there's a lot of great Easter eggs. Like you talked about before, like we got the pink sheep, which is honestly really rare. Every Minecraft nerd knows that the pink sheep is probably the rarest thing you'll ever find, or one of the.
You're saying it wrong. You're saying it completely wrong. Naturally generated pink sheep are the rarest mob to come by. It's like, you could probably find a chicken jockey faster than finding a naturally spawning pink sheep.
And that's why I'm not the Minecraft nerd. Now, we can't really spoil a lot that's happened in the movie, because there's a lot of great stuff that does appear, that we can't really give away. What we can give away is some of the designs that we get to see in the movie. Like, we get last night they released a trailer that included the Enderman and also included the spiders. Like, those two designs, amazing. I love those. The skeleton designs are okay. Like, I think they could have done a little bit better, but I think I'm a little bit happy with what they did. I do like the fact that they have enchanted bows. I think that the effect around them is actually pretty cool, and I liked it a lot. The zombies could have been better, but it could have been worse. I think the standout for me is the wolf design. Like, the wolf design is amazing, and I felt like that they really ran away with that, including with the creepers. I think they both battle each other, but I think the wolf takes the cake with that one. What did you think?
Well, I agree with the zombie design. It was like, it could have been done better, but then again, it's like, you have to think about it. It's like, they had all of these different things to, like, create into live action. And it was like, how would you do that for the zombie and whatnot? Because, like, it's just, they tried to do something and tried to like model it somewhat like Minecraft, but it didn't end up well. But everything else looks top tier. Although one thing that I'm sad about, it was like what I thought was gonna happen. It was like, because like in Minecraft, there's a rare chance that this is an interaction between a iron golem and a villager. What I was kind of hoping to see was like, by the end of the movie, an iron golem tries to give a rose to one of the characters, because in Minecraft, that's an actual thing that iron golems will do to villagers. And it's like they'll put their hand out with a rose, and the villagers will just walk by, and then the iron golem will go back to roaming and whatnot. And it was like, I thought it was like, if that would have happened, it would have been pretty wholesome and a really nice Easter egg.
But instead, we had a nice Easter egg with with one of the iron golems getting a special upgrade. But we'll leave that as it is. Before we get to the characters themselves, because I feel like that was one of the weakest part of the movies. Like, what is your favorite item design that we got from this movie? Like, I'm personally a big fan of the elytras. Like, the texture on it and just the way that they performed. Like, I think the way that they perform it was a little bit unusual, because they aren't technically flying, because they do elevate a lot. But I do like the design of it a lot. What was your favorite item design and use?
Well, I mean, I liked all the designs.
Which one would you be your favorite, personally?
Honestly, I liked the, also, we cannot spoil what this thing is, but I'm gonna give it a code name.
Yeah.
The, Totter.
Oh, that thing, yeah.
I like the design of that. It was creative, and it was, fun, and it was, incorporated things from both worlds. And it was if you want to know what we're talking about, just watch the movie. It'll make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I agree, but I think one of the main things with that is that there was only that thing, and then there was a second thing that they incorporated from the real world, but there was nothing else. What? I forget what the second thing was, but there's definitely two things that they did with the incorporating. I wish there was more, though. I wish it wasn't just Minecraft. I wish that the creativity, what the creativity message was, I wish that they, did more.
They did, because remember, Jason Momoa's character made, this is in the trailer, just so you know, Patrick.
Yeah.
He made the buckets with the chains.
Yeah. I thought that was a real Minecraft item, though.
No.
Really? I thought it was... Okay, I thought
it's not a Minecraft... do you think that they have nunchucks made of 2 buckets and a chain in the movie?
Okay, that was probably the second thing I was thinking about that.
No. That's not in the game.
That's what... that makes sense. I just wish, again, I wish there was more from the game. Not from the game, but I wish there was more creativity from the world, from mixtures between the world and Minecraft. Because that was the whole message of the movie, is that it's okay to be creative, even though you're going to get backlash for it, as we get to see with this kid. I do want to touch quickly on the characters. First of all, I think one of the weakest characters in this movie was Jason Momoa. I think that he was given too much to work with, and his line deliveries were okay, but, there was a bunch of moments where I got annoyed of him. And especially with the final act, he just turns all suddenly into this, we won't give away a lot, but he turns into this hero, and then he gets applaud for it after what he does in the movie. And I felt that his character was a little bit, it could have been written a little bit better, but I was not really a big fan of it, because I'm not even a big Jason Momoa fan. I'm not the biggest fan of him. His acting doesn't, surprise me. That's why I wasn't really that a big fan of Aquaman in the beginning, because he was not that great in it.
Honestly, for his character, I just think that it's that he shouldn't have been given as much screen time as he got.
Yeah.
It's if he also shouldn't been the hero, but I feel it was what should have happened is he should have been sort of the other girl, not the teenage girl, the adult African American girl. It was should have been something like that. It's not because throughout the movie, it's like, you kind of think it was like, is the movie about him? And it's like, I thought it was going to be about like Steve and whatnot. And it was like, he gets too much screen time, and then it's like, I just really don't like his character.
And then he even gets a sob story too. Like, it's one of the things where I think like the movie did too much with. And I honestly think I agree with you. The movie should have focused on Steve. But if they really wanted to focus on a character from the human world, like the kid would have been a great character to focus on. Because we just got indicated, like, the whole movie and the whole story is that being creative is okay, and you should be living it out. Like, this kid gets bullied for being creative. A lot of the people, like, don't understand him that well. He ends up doing something to the town that he just moves in, and he's just, like,
Right.
being misunderstood. So, I felt like that if you could have focused on him and the sister, I felt like that movie could have done a little bit better, and then you can lessen the screen time of Jason Momoa. I don't know. What do you think about that?
And it's like, I do feel like it's like, it should have been the kid more. And it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like, because it's like, throughout the movie, it was like, you could see him, it's like, he was some sort of, like, genius whiz at math. And so it was like, I thought, when I thought that he was going to originally enter in, I thought it was going to be, like, a story of, like, how, like, creativity and whatnot, and, like, him battling, was like, how like, everything doesn't work the way that it does in the other world. Because it's like, if you think about it in Minecraft, majority of the blocks float. You can,
Yeah.
there's monsters. You can build giant iron creatures.
Yeah.
You can basically die and then
Yeah.
come back. And so it's like I thought it was like, if that was the main point of the story, that would have been actually really interesting. Is like him having to like accept, it's like, the rules in this world are different. It's like, you have to kind of, it's either adapt or die.
Yeah. And that's what the whole thing with creativity is. It's like, it's okay to be creative. It's actually really good to be creative, because then you're actually looked at someone who is actually pretty good at what you do. And we don't really have a lot of people who are creative in the world, actually. So having this movie to being able to give that sense of, like, yeah, that's what the whole game was about. And I think the movie perfectly illustrated the theme of being creative. Although I do think it would have been great if we had a little bit more from it. Like I said, give Jason Momoa less screen time, give the kid and the sister a little bit more, so we can explore their story a little bit more. Before we go to say other smaller details, Jack Black, like, I think he steals the show for me. Like, even though he's not really technically the main character, because Jason Momoa technically is, but who even knows at this point? I think he steals the show. Like I said, he has a lot of great line delivery, even with the crappy dialogue that they write. Which, by the way, the dialogue that they wrote for everybody is not the greatest. Like, it could have been written a little bit better, but I think Jack Black does a great job with his line deliveries and just the way that he presents himself as Steve. Like, it's a little bit outrageous that he is the cast as Steve. Like, obviously we had him like casted recently as Bowser, which I think a lot of people were a little bit surprised about that, just because he doesn't really fit the character, but he made it work. But having this, like, kind of like the same process and kind of the same like mindset, like, maybe he can make it work. Like, I think he made it work okay, but I definitely do think that someone else out there could have been done a better job as Steve. But I think Jack Black does a great job with what he's given. I don't know. What did you think?
I think, because after the movie, I was wondering if Jack Black played Minecraft as a kid. And so I searched it up right after the movie, and lo and behold, he did. And with the same as how he played Mario when he was a kid. And it's like, I think that he was the perfect role for Steve. Because you think about it, it's like, Steve has to be someone who's creative, and like, someone who can act creative, stupid, and funny at the same time. Mm-hmm. When you think those three things, who do you think?
Me. But less creative.
You're none of those three things.
Stupid, maybe one of them.
Very much. But yeah, I think that, contrary to you, I think Jack Black was the perfect person to cast as Steve.
Okay. Well, that's contrary opinions, but we're not fighting about it, so that's good. There's a couple things I do want to talk about before we get to the ending in our final ranking. The Piglins. Like, I think that the way that they incorporated the villains is perfect. Like, I love the fact that we got the Piglins as the main villains because they have an actual motivation for gold, and that it makes a lot of sense for them to come to the real world. And so, I'm actually really happy with the way that they incorporated it. Although I felt like that maybe they didn't need that mindless leader and a sob story for her. Like, honestly, like, I do like that final joke that she got in the movie. Like, that was amazing and that was top tier. But I do feel like that her character is kind of useless, and I felt like that maybe having them all as like not like organized would be a lot better instead of having them being like organized by this one chick here who gives orders to everybody and just basically acts like the queen. I don't know. What did you think about that?
Well, I mean, when you think about it, it's like originally when the piglins first came out and bastions were found in Minecraft, they were wondering, oh, what if Mojang put, because like they saw it, it was like their like greed and whatnot. What if there was a like big bad person who led it? I mean, in reality, no, there isn't. When you go into the bastions, there's like no other leader or whatnot. But it's just I feel like that it was fine. And it's like I mean, it's like what else were you supposed to do? And it's like if they were unorganized and only wanted gold, do you think that they would honestly be smart enough to figure out what they figured out without spoiling to then get more gold?
Yeah, yeah.
They wouldn't be. They'd be too mindless and stupid. In order for you to have a mindless and stupid army, you need someone in control who actually knows what they're doing and like plan stuff. It's like even in the movie, it's like the girl. It's like yeah, the army was mindless and stupid. It's like most of them couldn't even speak.
Except for a couple of them.
Except for a couple of them. But it was like they were still mindless and stupid. It was like being bossed around and doing what they were told and causing havoc. So it's like honestly, I disagree with you and what you're saying.
But don't you think that she's a little bit generic though? No. Like, I think the fact that that was her motivation, like the way that it got revealed in the movie, because we're not gonna give a lot of away, but I think it's just generic and a little bit sloppy the way that they had her being revealed as the big bad and just being the leader. Like I thought like maybe they could have done a little bit of a better job with that and just given her like a much better better backstory because of that. What are you looking at, Seth? I don't fart, I just whisper in my hands. Oh, pants. It's something. It's a scream. Sometimes it's a scream. Okay, good grief. Was that from Dad or? Yes. Okay, fair enough. There's a couple things I do want to get touch on before we get to the final ranking. Like the final battle was actually pretty cool. Like besides like some animations looking a little bit sloppy, like I do think the final battle is like pretty awesome. Like we get a lot of great animation and a lot of great fighting styles. I do think that the girl is just coming out of nowhere and is actually good at fighting. Is kind of like a little bit stupid and a little bit cliche-ish, but I think it looks good. And I think for a movie that's mindless and that you have to turn off, Seth, can you stop that? You're gonna catch the mic and it's gonna be annoying to edit out. I think the fact that we got this final battle, which is like again mindless action, it's honestly pretty cool. I don't know. What do you think about the final battle? You agree? You disagree?
I mean, I really stop shaking the bed before I punch you. Honestly, I disagree with you. I think the final battle was done quite well.
No, I said it was quite well too.
No, you didn't let me finish. I think it did quite well, and it kind of represented the like kind of somewhat lagginess of Minecraft. Because if you think about it, it's like it goes from chunk to load, and if you think about it, with all in the final battle with all the mobs and whatnot, that would cause lag. And so, naturally, with all the with everyone attacking, it's kind of representing the lag and the creature capacity that the game can actually handle. and so I thought that was done pretty well. It's like when the Iron Golems are attacking, it's like you can kind of see, and it's like there's kind of a little bit of hesitation, and it's like it's kind of lagging and trying to catch up.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to look to see who did the score for this movie because I'm actually quite curious.
Now you're getting off topic. I was trying to speak.
No, you don't. You go ahead. Keep speaking. I'll just find it and I'll get what I wanted to get through.
And honestly, it's like, I disagree. It's like, it's supposed to be fun and stupid. So of course, what the main bad guy did was like, it wasn't overestimated. It wasn't overdone. It was like, I feel like it was like quite fun. And it was like not generic at all. Plus with the you know what I'm talking about, like the ending, and it's like the bad guy. It was like that, and it's like the classic bad guy and whatnot. And it's like, I think the movie's not made to be a good movie. It's supposed to be made for laughs and nostalgia.
Yeah. I found the person who actually did the music for the movie. His name is Matt. It's Matt Mothersbaugh. If you recognize that name, he actually did the soundtrack for Cocaine Bear recently, the fourth Hotel Transylvania movie, Mitchell's vs. the Machines, which is a really good movie, the Lego Movie 2, Thor Ragnarok, a great movie, 21 and 22 Jump Street, and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So, sorry? One. Yeah, so I think just a little bit of a hype over the music of the movie. Like, I loved how they incorporated some of the disc tracks into it, like the original Minecraft disc tracks to it. It just changed a little bit of the tone. I did, like, again, it's like you said, it's a love story. It's a love letter to the Minecraft players, and I think that works perfectly because of that. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we gotta talk about the cameos. So there's obviously one that we can't reveal because it technically wasn't spoiled, but there is one YouTuber who did reveal before the premiere of the movie that did, like, say he was in the movie, and I'm really happy that he was. If you know this creator, his name is Dan TDM. If you know him, was the original creator of the Diamond Minecart, who was
original creator. You mean the
person who created the Diamond Minecart for many years, and he actually just started getting back into Minecraft, which I am really happy that we got at least a cameo from him, and just the fact that he's so excited, and the fact that he was like endorsing the movie, like, it was really awesome to see. He was trying to build hype around it and just be able to make sure that everything is all good with that. Were you looking up?
I'm not sure if they said that they're in.
Oh, there's more cameos. Okay. We did catch two very special cameos. Actually,
one of them isn't a cameo; it's a reference.
One of it's a reference. Actually, skip a couple seconds. Like, I do want to mention, like, the Technoblade reference. Amazing. I felt like that was legendary. But I don't know. What do you think about the cameos and the references?
I think that they were done pretty well, and it's like, I'm just looking at the. I'm just trying to see, it's like, where references of everyone else is.
Well, they're not gonna have official movie clips till, like, later stats, so I don't think you're gonna be able to see that.
Well, from what I'm reading, it says Dan TDM was in the movie. Also, Mumbo Jumbo and LD Shadow Lady, whoever that is, and Alfma are in the movie. So
probably from the storage war where Dan TDM was revealed. Probably that's what I'm guessing.
Maybe, but it was like, I feel like the cameos, they were done great. It's like, even, I mean, they could have done something that's like with the techno, because it's like, it basically, the reference was just a pig came on the screen with a crown, and it's like, the teenage girl was like, so is he the king around? And then Jack Black says, no, he's a legend. And it's like, I feel like it's like, what they could have also done is like, when the pig went off the screen, it could have just because Techno is dead, which is really sad that he died young. But it's like, yeah. I feel like that a really good callback is when he leaves the screen. He said, like,
when would have played like
Steve, it would have been nice if Steve said,
Legends never die.
Techno never dies.
Techno never dies, yeah.
Never dies.
Yeah, never dies.
Because that would have been nice.
But I still think that they did it pretty well. And just the fact that they even represented him after a sad loss in the Minecraft community where they all incorporated together and they all appreciate what Techno did. I am really thrilled that we did get a Techno reference and the fact that they paid homage to him as a creator and just the way that they did it is just amazing, and I felt pretty happy about it. I'm not really that connected to the Minecraft community. Like, again, I'm not the biggest Minecraft person, but I do know what it is. I do know some of the biggest creators, like Dream. He didn't get any cameo mention, which I think is pretty sad that he didn't. Well, no, like, he's one of the biggest, like, Minecraft creators ever. Like, he battles against, like, Technoblade against that. So, I'm kind of sad we don't get to see Dream in this. Maybe he is in there because we haven't actually seen his face. Actually, have we?
We have.
Oh yeah, actually,
we have seen his face.
Oh right, he did actually come out. I think he actually did come out with that recently. So, but yeah, I think the cameos were done perfectly. It wasn't overloaded with cameos, which I'm actually quite thrilled about. So, that's what I have to say about the cameos. Everything else, like, it's a movie that exists. I think people are just going to say, like, this movie is just a movie for the Minecraft nerds, and maybe for people who like to have their brains turned off and have some fun with the director from Napoleon Dynamite. I really do appreciate a lot what the movie goes for, but I do think that there is a little bit that it needs to be done to try, maybe could have tweaked a little bit to have people love it a little bit more. That's why I'm going to go and say, like, I'm giving it a high rent, just because the story's a little sloppy. Jason Momoa takes way more screen time than he should be, and I just think that the writing is a little bit sloppy, but everything else is perfect. Like, I had a great time with the movie.
I just want to say something. You know the end credit scene and
which one?
The mid credit scene.
Yeah.
And when
the thing happened.
Yeah. Did you know Jeb is in that?
Who's Jeb?
Oh my goodness, you do not know. For the listeners, if you actually know Minecraft, you know that Jeb is one of the founding developers of Minecraft. And he is actually plays a character and makes a reference in the movie.
Is he that guy that the woman runs over?
Yes.
Oh.
Like, when the thing happens, the unexpected thing.
Yeah.
That's him. That's him speaking.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool. I had no idea about that. Seth, what are you giving this movie? Are you gonna rent it? Are you gonna bin it? Or are you gonna buy it?
I'm buying it, 100%.
Is it gonna be high buy, medium buy, low buy?
You still haven't explained everything. What do you mean high?
Well, high meaning like you really, really, really loved it. Medium being like there is some problems with the movie. Low being like it could be a rent, but I do like appreciate it.
It's a high.
Seriously. So are you gonna give it a 5 out of 5?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my bietism.
Okay, that's your bietism because you're a Minecraft player. For those who are actually curious, if I can load this up real quick, I actually wrote a letterbox review that it was like I think I put it like a 2.5 stars, so it's not bad. Where was sorry, it's 3.5 stars. Okay. I just want to show my activity, what my review was. My basic review is that critics won't like this movie a lot, but good thing I'm not a big critic. Just a bunch of Jack Black, just a bunch of fun with Jack Black doing a bunch of Jack Black things. So, I do really appreciate that. I do love what the movie goes for. I do think that the story could have been fine-tuned just a little bit, and maybe less Jason Momoa would be appreciated. Yeah. What else do we got coming up, Reese? Next time for movies. We're gonna get a new Clone Wars episode coming up this week. I don't remember which one we get. I do know it's one of them. Thank you, Seth. Which one is it gonna be? I think it was gonna be. We did the Clone Wars movie. We did Christophers. Oh yeah, it's gonna be Tordaria. It's gonna be Tordaria arc where we get to talk about Jar Jar Binks, and also probably one of the best episodes of Clone Wars we've ever gotten was its ambush.
I'm sad I wasn't there.
Yeah, Seth was very sad that he didn't know about this till later on.
Yeah. Let's just say I only join in I join in the Newt Gunray arc.
Yeah. So that'll be probably in a couple weeks. You can expect us for our next movie review with Thunderbolts that comes out in the beginning of May, which is going to be in a little while, which Colin will probably be appearing in, and then Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning is what we're going to be building up to. We're going to be doing a spoiler-free review and a spoiler review, so look out for that. I don't know if Seth's interested in seeing that movie. He probably is, because he loves Mission Impossible, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah.
We could probably get all of it, like...
All four of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Actually,
it could be a special episode. Have the five of us all talk about it.
Oh boy, that would be a tough one. Only if Elijah and Andrew are down for it, though. That's the big problem.
For listeners to know, we live in a family of 5 with 4
Do they know?
Oh, they do? Okay.
They do know. They do know. We have some listeners from Cantina Cuisine too, which we all actually had an appearance in because we all did a little bit of review for Star Wars stuff. So, but yeah, we'll see what we can do for Dead Reckoning. We'll definitely make a cameo appearance. I'll try and make a cameo appearance with my other brothers, but you'll probably expect me and Colin at least. Seth maybe. We'll see how. Probably be there. But yeah. Until then, my name is Patrick and Chicken Jockey.
My name is Seth, and you want me to fight a chicken?
Thank you for listening to the new episode of Cantina Cuisine. Make sure you follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts to listen to new episodes coming out every week just for you. Also, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for updates and follow-ups to our episodes and other content that you might like. Again, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you all next time. Peace out, nerds.